All right, it is Tuesday and it's time for our special segment on health, and there may be some relief from the ongoing heat wave that's affected many parts of the country. Remember, the country has been sizzling. In fact, 8 of the hottest places in the top 15 were right here in India. But it's also important to know how you can arm yourself against the heat, and that's by eating right. Well, to tell us more about what we should eat in this hot weather, we're joined by Manjari, Chandra, a nutritionist. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. And so tell us, what is it that people should eat to deal with this hot weather?
Hi. Yeah, to start with, we shouldn't be so afraid of the hot weather. You know, it's a good idea to brave the weather because it makes your heart very strong and it makes your immune system very strong. So that one thing that, you know, we want to tell parents now is don't protect your children too much from the hot weather. Let them experience the heat and let them become stronger. But anyways, coming back to us and as in what to eat, certain things, most of us, because we live in air-conditioned environments, forget to hydrate ourselves. So the first important thing is to hydrate and correct the water and electrolyte balance, and not just with plain water but lots of things, cold cucumbers, you know, lots of alkaline fruits that are available now. Try not to juice a fruit but eat the fruit itself so that you get all the nutrients from there. Sugarcane juice is making a big comeback. It's now being
It's very difficult to get sugarcane juice. I used to love it as a child, I have to admit, but you know, to actually go to the ganna wala and get the juice is not the best thing.
Yes,
so yes,
absolutely.
So we have to find better
hygiene
options.
has to be kept in mind. But I believe juice bars are now coming up with sugarcane juice, you know, and it's going to come back with a vengeance. The reason being, it's very prebiotic in nature. It's really good for your gut, for your immunity.
And gut health is another issue
Yes.
that's very important, because you have so many people falling ill, having stomach issues over the summer.
Yes. So the second thing after hydration and electrolyte imbalance correction is to strengthen the gut, and that can be done with eating things which are probiotic and prebiotic in nature. So one is get the fiber in for the probiotics and do things which are fermented. You know, typically Indians would have buttermilk and yogurt and fermented pickles and kanji. You could also do modern fermented foods like the kimchi, swakat.
And these are things that, you know, we've always had over the summer in India. You always have kanji, you have bale sharbat, you have lots of sharbats, khas sharbat as well. So these are things that typically I think all of us growing up have had in the past.
But sadly we've, you know, sort of replaced them with packaged beverages and things that are coming out from Tetra Packs and bottles, and that's where it's going wrong, because those are just adding sugar and really not adding the minerals and electrolytes that you'd want to add to your diet, you know. Another thing about the heat and beating the heat is to ensure that you eat the right type of salt. So white salt or table salt that we eat is actually very good at sort of dehydrating the body. So replacing it with pink salt or rock salt or black salt, which has more minerals like iodine, magnesium, zinc, selenium added to it, is a great way again to restore the micronutrients in the body, you know. So try not to do white salt and do other natural forms of salt. And
a typical you know, sometimes Indian food can get very heavy, so try and avoid that. Stick to more simpler
mostly
foods.
semi-solid, you know. So we say in summers, eat like a baby. You don't feed a little baby with a pizza. You always feed it with something which is semi-solid, well cooked, and is easy for the body to absorb and digest. So in the summers, that's a good idea to do. Last but not the least, fasting is a very good idea, you know. So at least 12 hours of fasting. So eat your dinner by 7 and then stick to that and don't eat after that, and then eat only after 7 or 8 in the morning. So that 12 hours...
Does that get counted as a fast? Because that's just a very normal thing for most of us.
A lot
I
of
think
us
we dinner and we don't
eat after 7 or 9 or 10, you know, and that does not give at least 12 hours for the body to work up on extra stuff that it's trying to do to manage the heat, you know. So it's a good idea not to eat after a certain time in the evening and to eat only after 7 or 8 or 9. And if you have to really rush for work early in the morning, just go with lots of water and then carry your breakfast too.
All right, now you started off by talking about children and how we shouldn't stop them from going out, and because it is summer holidays and I think a lot of the kids want to go out and play sports, and so again, so what can parents do just ahead of that? Again, ensure that they're just hydrated, they carry juice.
Hydrated, well fed, and not drinking juices and soft colas and things out of a packet or tangs and things like that, but instead just also, you know, we keep saying our children keep drinking soft drinks and juices, not realizing that we don't give them buttermilks to drink, you know, like we grew up, yes, we were not giving them cold press. Or a very good thing would be to give them, you know, a good herbal juice, celery, cilantro, Indian dhania, mint, everything just juiced together, which is also very, very good with the micronutrient and the mineral content.
All right, and finally, if someone does suffer a heat stroke, then what? Then what should one do?
Yeah, so the first thing, if you do have a heat stroke, is your body is dehydrated. Water, electrolytes, not just plain water, but you know, salt and little bit of simple sugar also is a good idea. Eating a little bit of a soft fruit, tangerines are great, oranges are great, lemons are great, grapes are great, berries are very good. You have Indian berries now, you know, in the market, so those are good for hydration.
So those are good options. Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and telling us more about you know, how to eat healthy to deal with the heat wave that we're seeing in so many parts of the country. Though hopefully we are expecting the weather to cool a bit now over the next 2 days and the monsoon arrive by the 7th at least. Thank you again for joining us this morning.
Thank you.